What's up, everybody? Welcome to Asking for a Friend podcast. Yeah, we got a special guest with us here today. But Asking for a Friend podcast, where we ask the questions everyone's thinking, but nobody wants to say out loud. From faith to culture to relationships in real life, we're bringing honest questions and honest conversations. We've got a phenomenal guest with us here today. Yeah, we got Pastor Rod, Rodrigo, Mr. Braga in the house.
Yeah, Rodney the second sometimes.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. Nadia's been in those takes with me, I think, like where someone like, hey, Pastor Rodney, I'm like, oh, you got the wrong one.
Literally. Or someone will scream Rod down the hallway and they
both break our necks. Both break our necks, you know?
100%. I don't think that's ever going to like go away.
No,
I feel like that's just the thing.
And sometimes that's the fun of it, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Very cool. Yep. So
Awesome.
we got you on, man. You got a lot happening in your life. You have, you're a drummer. You're a graphic designer.
Sure.
You're a pastor, preacher. You're a professor. You got
All
a class right now.
Sort of.
Husband, soon to be dad. Like all of these things,
yeah,
man.
It's a lot, man.
But I want to ask, like, who are you? Or, you're like, who would you say that you are if you had to give the people something that, like, who is Rod?
Yeah, bro. Thank you so much for that question. Because I think sometimes when people are asking, who are you? They're asking, what do you do? Mm-hmm. And I think like you did the opposite. Like, yeah, this is what all the stuff that you do, but like, who are you? And like, 100%. I appreciate that. That's a real good question. And honestly, what I would say, I'm just, as corny as it may sound, I'm just a son. Like, that's something that I've struggled with for so long. And I think that's why I appreciate you asking that, because I think I've identified myself so much with what I do or what I've did or what I've done. And when I really started having that journey with the Lord, like he really started to let me know, like, you are mine and that's enough. And so, whatever role I play, whatever thing I am, husband, father, whatever, at the end of the day, I'm a son. So
come on, bro.
Yeah, that's who I am. I'm someone who likes to play jokes, have fun. I'm a laugh in the most serious situations.
Yeah.
And
these two are not allowed to sit by each other in serious situations.
So,
I'm telling you that now.
Yeah, so that's me. That's me.
Yeah. Man, I've heard about some of the prank wars that have happened.
Oh, bro.
throughout the years, man.
Yes.
So I know that that's a good part of everything that happens here at Trinity.
Yes,
man.
it's a good time, bro. It's a good time.
Man.
That's good.
Well, good. So now that we know who Rod is, we also want to make sure that you know who we are. If you're first time watching, I'm Nadia.
I'm Rodney.
Yep, and this is Asking for a Friend. So
I love it, man. Y'all's intro is so.
You know,
I got it down. I love it.
We trying.
So before we dig into the things,
okay.
So we have something called Unpopular Opinion. So it's just hot takes.
Okay, hot takes.
Rapid fire hot takes.
Let's do it.
So it doesn't have to be anything specific, but what are some of your unpopular opinions?
Oh, man. Okay. Man, I can't think off the dome right now. I'm choking. But I do got some, I think, unpopular opinion. It's not unpopular because people go 50-50, but I'm always going to be a hot Cheetos guy over a Takis guy. And I think depending
100%.
where,
I agree.
Depending where you are in America, they might, they might get, but I'm a hot Cheetos guy.
Hey,
The lime is
100%.
slept on too.
Huh?
Hey.
The lime?
The lime, yeah.
The lime.
Hot Cheetos just got layers, bro.
Yeah.
You got the hot
Yeah.
Cheeto fries. You got the hot Cheeto flaming hot. You got the hot Cheeto extra flaming hot. There's layers, bro. And
You got
Takis, you
the
don't got
popcorn
layers.
puff
All
hot
you got is
Cheetos?
blue or red.
All I'm gonna say is nobody ever went to the hospital from eating hot Cheetos.
Right.
There's a lot of people went to the hospital
Right.
eating Takis. So
You're not wrong.
stop eating them Takis,
Right.
y'all.
Right.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
another one. Cheesecake Factory is a great first date. I'm gonna just say that right now.
100%.
I actually agree.
I agree.
It's a great first date.
I
okay?
agree. You get the little brown bread with the.
Oh,
come on.
man,
Come
the
on now.
brown bread is so
Yeah.
good. What
Come
is
on
that?
now.
What bread is that? It's good.
I think it's pumpernickel.
And it
is good.
And you know what I found out about Cheesecake Factory? It's a scratch kitchen.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's
It made
what
me want to go there
ended
even
up.
more now. It's a scratch kitchen.
Yep.
So, they they got variety of stuff, but what they do is every time, bro.
Chef's
every
kiss.
time.
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Okay, I'm gonna throw one at you.
Okay.
Just because I know you a little bit.
All right.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, okay. This is gonna hurt me. My people don't hate me, okay? Because I'm Brazilian.
Lord.
But I can't deny it. It's Messi, bro. It's Messi. Okay.
Let's go.
I used to say
actually
Ronaldo
agree.
for the longest time because I'm a Real fan. And bro, just seeing the last couple of years, you got him winning Copa del Rey, right? Which he didn't do in his career and all that stuff. And then you got the World Cup, bro. He didn't just win; he showed up. He showed up, and I'm like, bro, those are the two things that he was missing in my eyes. And bro, he did it.
100%.
He did it, and to be even a smaller guy too, and do what he does. Come on now,
Bro, it's insane.
like that.
It's insane.
He's like
All right.
Well, folks, you have your
Shout
answer.
out Visca Barca.
Come
I
on,
got to
bro.
give him my guy every
Come
now
on,
and then
bro.
because,
Yeah. Yeah, you were baiting me with that question, huh?
I did. I had to. Okay. So let's get into it. It's the Asking for a Friend podcast. And so I'm going to ask this question for a friend.
Okay.
Right? Anonymous. It says, I feel like my gifts and talents aren't being recognized by the church in a space that I feel called to. Like, how do I handle
That's
that?
Yeah. First, this journey is with the Lord first before it is with the church. And so first, I would really seek the Lord in the sense of like, God, is this where you want me to stay?
Yeah.
Like, and if this is where you want me to stay, God, I don't care if I'm being recognized by man. If I'm being recognized by you, it's enough.
Absolutely.
And it kind of reminds me of just the whole David situation, right? You get anointed as king. You get this whole entire
That's a great
awesome
example.
moment.
It's good.
But like, you go back to feeding sheep. You go back to tending Dookie
yeah.
on the field. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because I know like this is where God wants me to, so I'm gonna be there. So that's how I would go about that. Now let's say like God does recognize you, right? And he's saying, no, this is where I want you to be, and you just feel like leadership isn't seeing that. A lot of times people just have these unmet expectations that were never communicated.
Yeah.
So you can pout all you want, but if you haven't had the conversation with that person that you feel like
100%.
isn't choosing you to do that thing, then you can't really pout,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
communication is a big part of life. And so I would simply just like, hey, I feel like I have this gifting, I have this talent. I feel like the Lord has called me to this, and I would like to just, see if this is something that you guys see in me, just simple conversations like that. And oftentimes you'll recognize like how much people don't know. Like this is something that me and my wife tell our students all the time, because sometimes it kind of happens with our students.
It does,
like,
man. It happens
you
all the
didn't see
time.
me, you didn't see me, or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what I don't know.
Right.
So I don't know what I don't. So you got to tell me, right?
That's
like,
good.
let's talk, So I think that, communication,
That's so good.
Yeah.
good.
Man, you mentioned David. I love that. Like, when you look at David's story, he also never like tried to force his way in.
No,
Like, he knew that he was called to it,
Yeah.
but he accepted the assignments that he was on. He didn't like
Yeah.
try to overtly push his way into the throne room.
yeah.
There was such a
He,
humility there.
yeah. Like, whether it was a gifting or whether it was an assignment,
Right.
like his gifts made room for him. He was in the in there worshiping and all those different things. And so even when he had opportunity to kill Saul,
He did it.
he never like forced his way in.
He a better man than me, bro. You chasing me all my life, you getting got.
Manically at that.
Yeah, yeah.
You a better man than me. But for real, like David, he's and like I think he kind of recognized something that I think we sometimes forget, that if you're trying to outpace the grace that God has given you, you have to sustain yourself.
Ooh,
on.
wee.
You have, so like you want to open doors that God didn't intentionally like is opening up right now, then whatever's on that other side of the door, guess what? You have to sustain yourself. You got to
That's
find
the
the
word.
strength. You got to find the whatever to do that. And sometimes we think that it's rejection, but it's like preservation. It's God really protecting us and stuff like that.
And I
So
think a perfect example of that is Saul. You see it with
Right.
Saul and David.
Yes.
It's the perfect example. You had a
Yes.
king before him that tried to do it in his own will and literally lost his mind. Like God took
Yeah.
his hands off of him. Not saying like on the deep end of that, but it's a really good example of what it looks like when you literally abide in the Lord versus taking things into your own hands. So I love that example, because a lot of people do come into things, like they come into awareness of their giftings or their creativities, and they often have that mindset like, nah, I'm going from field to palace. Like, I'm finna, I'm finna me,
Not
my
knowing
gifts,
David
my
had to
things,
go from
I
field
can, what?
to palace
To cave. He
to
was,
cave.
woo-wee.
Man.
All the things.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah, it's a journey.
And I think you were such a great person to ask this question. And I have some follow-ups. So as someone who is in a lot of creative spaces and has a variety of giftings, like, how do you navigate the difficult, different expressions of creativity and gifts? Because you can do a lot of things, you know? So navigating doing a lot of things while also having the responsibilities, what does that look like?
I'm still learning. Truthfully, I'm still learning, and I think that's my superpower in a way. Is I'm learning, and I'm never gonna stop learning. Like, sometimes my wife gets so frustrated at me because I'm always like trying to, hey babe, I'm trying to pick up a new hobby or whatever it is. Like I'm like, I have busy hands, so I'm always like trying to do something, whatever. And so I'm always trying to learn. And so for me, I've learned, like, I'll just share this story. I was at CFNI because I used to struggle with, like, I knew I was called to worship, right? I knew, like, drumming, all that stuff, but I also knew I had this calling of being a pastor. And I remember being at CFNI, you know, Bible college, all the things, and thinking, I'm going to have to give this up. I'm going to have to throw this away. And I'm going to have to pursue this whole pastoral calling, right? And I remember, do y'all know Planet Shakers? Random, right? Okay, Planet Shakers from Australia. They're okay. They're like a band or whatever, a Christian band. And their drummer was actually their youth pastor. And I didn't know that. I just thought, oh man, they're coming at CFNI. They're doing a concert or whatever. It was dope. Like, I ain't gonna lie, they're lit.
Come on.
And their drummer was insane. Like, he was so good. I'm like, bro, he's fire. And then he was actually the one that taught lecture. He was sharing, like, you know, I do worship, but I'm also a pastor. And I was like, and that, like, opened up my eyes and opened up my mind. And I remember, like, the Lord saying, like, who told you that you couldn't do both?
Come on, man. Come on.
Who told you that you couldn't do both? Like, I never put that on you. I never said stop doing that. You did, because you saw other people not being able to handle that. You saw people, you know, because I did. Like, I saw so many people who were so gifted in this area, and then saw this one thing and let that go. And I think that's just mismanagement. I think sometimes that's throwing away and trashing the gifting that God has given you. Wow. And that's something that I never want to be, right? I never want to do that, right? If God entrusted me to handle this, man, God gave me two hands for a reason, right? I can do that. And then it comes to the question of, like, oh, well, what happens when it's more than two? What happens when it's three? What happens when it's four? Whatever. Like, well, if that's what God has given you the capacity for, do it, right? Like, if he's given you the capacity to handle 5 things, handle those 5 things. Like, trust him that he has given you the capacity. Like, this is a big God. This is a big God. And sometimes I think we allow our imagination to make him a lot smaller than he really is.
I just think of the parable of the talents. When you say that,
come on.
Absolutely.
Like, he knows who he's giving what, and his gifts are given without repentance. Like, he's not taking the gift back. And I think it's super important that we recognize, like, if God has gifted me with something, there's a space and a place for me to use that gifting.
Right.
And it's up to me to steward the gifting well. That means knowing when to use it, when not to use it. Both ends of the spectrum.
That's good, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, I want to ask you this, because I think, especially for young adults, man, not even just young adults, for anybody in general, like, gifting, calling, assignment, like, they're all different things.
Yeah, they are.
And I think that it's important that we understand the difference between them.
Okay.
And maybe, like, the similarities. And so it's like, like, how do we balance those things, right? Because, so, background, gifting is like talent, skills, things that God has blessed you with. Calling is like, hey, I'm ordering your life.
Yeah. To this, for this one thing, right? To this thing.
Assignments are different things that come and go, right?
Right.
But like I think we sometimes confuse some of the things. Some people think that their gifting is their calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your gifting is a tool that is used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a specific area. Some people will turn their assignment into a calling.
Yeah.
We talked about this the other day because how many times have we end up dating somebody that was just an assignment that I'm supposed to be there to encourage.
Sure.
And now I find myself entangled with this person that was only supposed to be right. They were an assignment, not a calling.
Yeah.
And so now you think you called to marry this person, and God is like, "Who told you that?"
Like, because I didn't.
I did it too.
I raised my hand. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah,
all three of us. Man.
People of God.
But that nuance, right? Gifting, assignment, calling. Like, how do you balance those things? Like, especially because you have like all of these different things, right? That are prevalent in your life. How do you, like, what do you see within that?
Yeah. So, for me, the first one, right? Calling. For me, calling is not necessarily what I'm called to do. It's who I'm called to be and who I'm called to. And who am I called to? I'm called to God. Like that's something that I teach like all of my students at CFNI, like who want to be youth pastors and stuff. Because, bro, you can start to compare yourself with other churches. Action Verb Church is doing this. Action Verb Church has this pastor. All this stuff, right? And you'll think that your calling needs to measure up to what they're doing, but really, you're called to one person, and that name is Jesus.
Yeah, come on.
And so,
bro.
if you can figure out that your calling is to Him, right? Everything else will flow from that. Now I know that, hey, my gifting comes from Him, and so if it comes from Him, He'll also direct where it needs to go. He'll also direct when I need to use it. All the and then assignments, right? Like, assignments. I think assignments and calling always get mixed up the most, right? Because I can be called to this specific field, right? That God has a heart for. But that may not necessarily be my assignment for the moment, right? Like my assignment could be like, I need you to pray for the widows, but like, God, I'm a youth pastor.
Yeah, 100%.
Doesn't matter. Like this is the assignment I'm giving you while you're still stewarding this calling, 100%. Right? And so I'm trying to give like a.
Well, I think of David, right? David got an assignment to take food to his brothers.
Okay,
and what we do sometimes
beautiful
is we take that as, God, you're calling me to be a chef. It's like,
no, that's so good.
That's good, bro.
That's so good.
Like, you're not called to be a chef. I'm just sending you on assignment.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, that's really good.
And so there's nuance there. And I think that, like, so for example, for you, your graphic design business, right? You may get commissioned to do some things specifically, right? But if God calls you to, like, hey, I need you to go and preach at this location or this, like, which one takes precedence? And I think that sometimes the priority of gift, calling, assignment,
that's good.
Like, we misconstrue the priority of those things. And it's not that God is not calling you to that.
Right.
It's just that there's a certain level of priority that takes place. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think when we talk about assignment, it's very important that we don't like attach that to our identity.
There's definitely some idolatry there.
Ooh.
Some idolatry and pride. And that's
real.
Really what I wanted to ask you about, especially being in a variety of these spaces. Like, how can we encourage or even hold listeners accountable when it comes to our creativity and our giftings and operating in humility? Because that's so important when you're, especially in a lot of variety of creative spaces.
Yeah.
Especially when there's, it's your work. Like you take, you love it, you enjoy it, you put your heart into it, right? You put a lot of time into it. So it's important to you, right? But how do we take that time to make sure that we're submitting it to the Lord? And like he said, our priorities are in order.
Yeah, if you're not willing to give it away, then it's idolatry.
Oh.
If you're not willing to let it go.
Wait.
That's good.
Wait. You gotta say that again, bro. Oh my goodness.
No, for real. Like, if you're not willing to let it go, it's idolatry. And I think that's something that, because we think idolatry as like, I'm worshiping this one thing, whatever. But sometimes it could be even those little subtle things, like you holding on too tight. Like, and honestly, like, think about this. How can I give and how can I receive? If I'm like this, right? Like, our posture is always called to be this, right? Like, as much as God has given me this, I'm also willing to give it, right? And just as I'm giving, I know that He's about to impart something new, not for me to keep, but for me to distribute, right? And like, I think that's a big thing, you know, and especially for creatives. And I get it because, you know, like, there's artistry behind that. And, you know, with artistry, you're connected with it in a special way, right? Like, your heart is connected to this thing. You spent hours working on this thing. Whatever it may be, photography, videography, dancing, it doesn't matter, right? You spent hours on this thing, so you have this emotional connection to it. But at the end of the day, right, if this is something that God has given you, it's also for Him to also give it away also. You know, and so that's a big thing for me.
I mean, it just leads back to the main question, right? If you're in a space at a church where you feel like your giftings, your callings, all of those things aren't being recognized, like, you have to check each of these things that we're kind of been talking about. Like, if God has gifted you with something, He knows how to extract that out of you.
Yes.
And He knows how to make space for you to thrive in those areas.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I'll say something too. I feel like oftentimes we don't even realize that we're in stages of preparation. It kind of reminds me, like, I don't know if y'all have ever watched Karate Kid, but if you remember Karate Kid, right? Wax on, wax off.
Come on now,
and
baby.
for the people who haven't seen the original Karate Kid, right? Like, I mean, it's insane. But if you haven't seen the OG and you're from a different generation and you saw the one with Jaden Smith, and he's putting the jacket on, he's taking the jacket off of the hook, he's putting the jacket on, he's taking it off of the hook, and he was frustrated, right? He was like, I don't understand why I'm doing this. Like, this is stupid. And then as Mr. Miyagi basically walked him through the steps, he was realizing, like, oh, you've been preparing me this whole time. Like, you've been teaching me how to use my strength, and you've been teaching me control, and you've been teaching me, you know, how to position myself in a way that's beneficial to this skill that you're showing me. And that's oftentimes what it looks like in the church. Like, when I came to Trinity, I had no idea I'd be, you know, serving in the variety of capacities that I am. And I'm not, this is my first time really starting to be on camera. Like, I never thought I would be on camera. Cameras are not my thing.
I was about to say,
you're doing great.
Ooh-wee. I've always been a behind the scenes, literally,
so good.
a behind the scenes person. But when I first got to Trinity, I think it's important that when you're coming to serve or when you're doing these things, the heart posture has, like, Lord, I want to serve you. Because as long as you're like, I want to serve the people because I want to show them what God is giving me, your heart is in the wrong place. Or I want to grow in my giftings so people can know what I can do, or I want to help a lot of people because it feels good. Like, all of these different things that edify us when our gifts are supposed to edify the kingdom. You know? So it's important to keep that stuff in mind. Like, you never really know where God is going to take you or what you're supposed to be learning. So even when you're in spaces where you're like, all right, God, you sent me here and I have no idea what I'm doing here. Like, I'm in this office, or I'm at this school, or I'm at this job, and it's like, but there's something. Anytime you're in a space and you're not sure and you're asking God for clarity, make sure you're also asking, like, why am I in this space, or how can I best serve you in this space? Because there's so much more that'll come from it than your assurance, like being assured in your flesh about a variety of things.
And I think that's what you just said is super important. Assurance versus insurance. We want insurance. And God gives assurance.
Right.
I'm with you.
For real.
Literally.
For real.
Be strong and courageous. I'm with you, right? And so I wanted to touch on something that you said that I think is very, very important. You talked about, like, what do you do when it doesn't look like what you thought that it was going to look like, right? So there are so many times where God will call you to do something that doesn't look like it has anything to do with where he like, and we want to see how this lines up with what you've already told me about my destiny.
Yeah.
Like, God, what does this have to do with anything? Like, so for instance, for me, why was I teaching? Bro, during that stretch of me teaching, I taught middle school for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
Bro, there would be times I'm like, bro, why am I here? Like,
bro,
what?
The middle schoolers are no joke, bro.
Yeah, no. You was in the trenches, low key.
I only get them for like maybe 2 hours.
Credit.
You had them every day for like 6 to 8 hours, man. Yeah, that's.
I'm like,
and they were adolescents at that. You had them at that in between stage,
man. And so, like, I kind of want you to speak to that. Like, what do you do when your assignment looks nothing like your calling?
Yeah.
Like, how do you navigate that in the church?
Yeah. I'll share this. This is like one of my first jobs that I ever had. And I worked at Express. And I remember before I even like got that job, I was asking the Lord, would you use me? Like, this is when I found out, like, I'm about to go to CFNI. Like, I have this pastoral calling. And I'm like, God, would you like find a way to like get me there, right? And I get this job at Express. And I'm like, well, that doesn't look like a pastoral calling, like folding clothes, like, right? Like
100%.
All this stuff, right? So I get there and I hated that job, bro. I'm telling you right now. Like I'm the folding part, loved it, right? I'm about that. Like let's be tidy, let's be clean. What I didn't like was how every time I would fold something, someone would come in and just jack it all up. So like every time I go shopping, like Urban Outfitters, H&M, whatever, bro, I fold it back. Bro, I fold it back because I know that pain of like you about to leave work, but you can't because somebody just jacked it all up. So okay, so I'm dealing with all these frustrations of that, and I'm like, God, like this is not what I feel like you've called me to. And I remember in that time, like I'm 8 years old, senior in high school, 17, 18, and like during my breaks, I'm able to share to people like why I believe what I believe, right? Because I would come in there and I'd be in the back room like helping, grab clothes, and like my coworkers would be like, "Hey, bro, how come you like never come to parties with us?" Well, because of this, right? And then 15-minute break. Instead of my 15-minute break eating like my PB&J sandwich, I'm talking to my 40-year-old coworker about like why I love Jesus so much.
Come on, man.
And like after I left, I'm like, yo, that's what that was
Ministry
for.
is not just in the church, y'all.
100%.
Like that's what that was for. I thought it was about folding clothes. I thought it was about getting my paper right.
Come on.
No, like God, you were assigning me to, maybe it was those 3 people in the back room, right? Like, and actually that assignment was actually fulfilling the calling.
That's good.
The assignment was fulfilling the calling that I wasn't even aware of. And now, because I've had that experience, because I've walked through that assignment, now no assignment is ever too little.
Come on.
Like no assignment is ever too little, because God, if you're assigning me to go clean the toilets before Easter service, I'll do it, because maybe you're trying to teach me something about my own heart that needs to be.
Don't
clean.
be a Jonah.
No assignment is ever too little now, and I'm thankful that I had that experience.
So good.
So
it kind of goes with what you were saying before. If you're not willing to give it away, and really what we're talking about is submission.
Yeah.
It's submission. Am I willing to submit whatever it is that I had? Like, I've got to be willing to give it away.
Yeah, absolutely,
bro. Man, bro, phenomenal. Yeah.
That blessed me.
Yeah. That's a good one, man. That's a good one, because I think if we take a look at how David operated within that assignment, we go back to David. If David looked at taking the food to his brothers, like, this ain't got nothing to do with what God called me to. I'm not with it.
Especially after his brother was like, man, you just want to see the battle.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have gotten an argument. I'm like, no, I'm not here to Mom, Dad sent me. We would have been arguing. Here, dang, take your peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
But that happens in the church when you start to serve.
Oh.
And you start
living
the submitted life.
Right.
And
Lord,
now you've got
mercy.
this submitted life, and folks start looking at you like, you just doing this because you're trying to win favor. You just trying to move up in that.
Right, bro.
It's a real thing.
Right.
That's a very real thing. And you just gotta brush it off and keep moving it in the way that you're called to.
And keep your heart guarded because offense
could creep in.
Yeah.
David could have stormed off and be like,
literally.
And would have missed.
They always got something to say. I'm gone.
Yep.
Would have missed it, bro.
Yep. And if he didn't accept the assignment, he never hears Goliath talking crazy.
Yeah.
He never sees the battle that he's called to without
my God
submitting that.
Right.
Like, it's so good, real, man. It's so good. So good.
That's
okay. If you had to sum this up, like if you wanted to talk to that one person that's like, man, I feel like my gifts aren't being used, aren't being recognized, like what would you say to them? If you got a kid that comes to you is like, hey, I feel really called to this, but nobody's giving me opportunity, like what would you say?
Man, I'm just going back to little Rod right now, and be satisfied in the Lord. Be satisfied in him. If you were to do nothing, just know that he did everything for you.
Wow.
And before you can perform anything, before you have this amazing talent, which you will, right? Which you do, because God is not some God that would hold out from you, right? He's put some deep things inside of you. Before you figure about any of that stuff, like just know that he is enough for you. And until you can figure that out, until you recognize that before my gifting, before my talent, that Jesus is enough.
Good.
Man, you will be wondering and wandering.
Yeah.
Your whole entire life. Like, why doesn't anybody see me? Why doesn't anybody notice me? Why doesn't anybody choose me? And I want you to know, like, God saw you before you were even born, before you were even a thought, before even your mom picked you out of all the names that she could have picked.
Yeah.
Right. Like, God thought of you, and he sees you. He sees not just your gifting, but he sees who you are. And so that's what I would say, bro.
So good, man. So good.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to you, bro. I'm so glad you were able to come.
God.
Bro, I'm grateful for the invite.
Yeah,
Seriously.
man. Yeah. I'm super excited, man. Hey, by the time you guys get this, we might be having a praise break somewhere.
Come on.
Listen, because
we might clip this and send this to some kids that have asked this question, man, on the low, because they need to hear this, bro.
Yeah.
They need to hear this, man. Like 100%. So many people need to hear this. And so I'm glad you were able to come on and have this conversation. Okay, we got one last segment. You want to?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, so we have our who, what, and why segment. This is...
Okay.
Yeah. So we asked if there was anybody in the Bible you could talk to, who would it be?
Okay. Oh, man. Okay.
Why? It's who, what, and why. Who would it be? Why? And what specifically would you ask?
Oh, man. Man, there's quite a few. Think I'm gonna go Enoch.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going Enoch.
Okay. We have our who.
What did it look like walking with the Lord?
Yeah.
And then suddenly,
not.
Like, I read that passage, bro.
He just...
And it wrecks me.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you were walking with God and suddenly you weren't? Like, and not in the sense of like he ran away. That's what it feels like.
Just
and so
called up to the Lord.
What? No, truthfully, bro. Like, what did it look like step by step?
Yeah.
Walking with God. Like, what did those conversations look like? Like, to me, like that passage blows my mind.
Yeah.
So, what was it? Who? What? Why did I answer it? Okay. Yeah. I was trying to make sure I
That's really good.
Enoch, I feel like he's kind of like skipped over.
Enoch is skipped over, and I feel like Enoch has a unique perspective because Adam and Eve, like, they walked with God, but they walked with God in perfection. Enoch had to do it after the world had fallen.
Dude,
it's
a different choice.
Dude, I'm thinking about all the heartache conversations.
Good Lord.
Like, God, I'm hurting right now.
Yeah.
God, like, why do I have to walk in my bare feet right now? Like, why do I got splinters in the bottom of my feet? Like, I'm picturing those types of conversations.
Yeah.
And I'm picturing God just not hiding anything from him, like just being open, honest, and just being raw and allowing both of them. Like, I'm picturing some messy conversations, but I'm also picturing some like beautiful moments of just, I don't know, bro. Like,
no, that's real. Because
I
mean, we always talk about David, but like, imagine you walking with God so closely. He's like, you know what? You're coming with me. Like, he literally just, you know, oh man,
bro,
that's different.
It's crazy faith work.
He didn't even die. He literally was just like, you know what? Come on.
Come with me.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us here on the Asking for a Friend podcast. Remember, you can always ask your questions. This is a safe space. You can submit them anonymously, or you can submit them with your name if you would like to. You can submit those on our Instagram. You can drop a comment below on YouTube. You can hit us on TikTok as well. But please submit your questions. I think when we stop asking questions, we stop learning and growing. So
absolutely,
send your questions in. Y'all got anything else to say for the folks?
No. And just remember, if you don't have any questions, feel free to ask for a friend.
I love it. Love y'all. See y'all next time.
See y'all.